in our community. We're being hit left and right. The welfare, or I don't want to call them welfare, but the umbrella organizations in our community are being bombarded from two sides. One side, the donations have been falling and falling because of the crisis, and the other side, demand for their service is coming up. Oh, we could use the word waxing and waning. You know, the donations are waning, and the people want service is waxing, and somehow we can't get the two to meet. So we're actually telling the more wealthy people in the community, or the people that have some resources to help, to step up more than they used to do. It's very hard to tell somebody to step up when he's been helping all the time, but now's the time really to show, man, I have to help, let me jump in with both feet. And the people that have enough to live and have a little extra, who haven't really gotten into the habit of giving, start giving. Please, we're asking you. And for the people who are unfortunately having troubles getting a job, I welcome you to call me. I do have a lot of networking. I do help a lot of people. I don't know if I can get you a job immediately, but I could put you on the right road to get a job. And the people that are having trouble in business, you know, not knowing, not seeing clearly because they're right into the midst of everything, can't see the trees because of the forest, or the forest because of the trees, call me. I could help you. Or call the Angel Fund. God bless them. Or Bikud Holim. Don't be ashamed to call. There's no shame in this. Everybody's in the same boat. Call for help. My number is 732-768-8997. And my name is Hurdle. You don't have to do like Charlie, say Hurdle Towel, because there's only one hurdle in the whole country. So I'm telling you that there's a way out of this mess for every individual. And one of the situations that we have to handle is your family relationships while you're having these problems. The wife have to be on board. The children have to understand this is not an isolated thing. This is not just you alone hiding in a closet or afraid to talk to people or showing a different face to the public. People have to know that you need help, and we're out there to help you. And I'm going to end up with that. I'm going to take off my hat now. Thank you. Now I'm taking off my fun hat. This is one of the hats I use for performing. And this Saturday night, we're having a show at the Sephardic Community Center, Ocean Parkway and Avenue West, called Comic Relief. Obviously, in the time of the OMID, we can't have music presentations, but we're going to have a comic presentation. And I'm one of the featured artists. In fact, they tell me I'm a headliner, but I don't know what that means. But I'm going to do about a half hour or 40 minutes of comedy interspersed with the other featured people. The other young people are very, very talented, just starting in the comedy world. And I want you to really encourage them and really come see us. You'll really have a good time. And I'm telling you, it's a pleasure to work with these young people. It makes me feel young again. But after I leave, I'm old again. But it's going to be a real fun time. And I guarantee from my part, which is hard to believe, I'm not going to tell you any old jokes. They're all going to be new for this night. Stop laughing. All right? Next part of my conversation is we have an organization at the center called Encore. And it's branching out into a school for the performing arts. Basically, Encore puts on a show every summer, tremendously successful show. They get 2,500, 3,000 people over the run that they have coming to see a talent show, basically community talent, and it's a wonderful event. I performed in it 3 out of the 4 years. Looking forward to performing again. This year we're having it at the Paramount Theater in Asbury Park. But anyhow, they are so successful, and they got so interested in developing talent. Sheila Shweki, Sheila Mizrahi, Nadine Shalom, all wonderful people. They have a love for the arts, but more than that, they have a love for the youth and the people who are developing talent, and they nurture it, and they treasure it, and they feature it, and they give them an opportunity to perform in public. God bless them all. They should live a long time and continue their wonderful work. But an off branch of that is going to be a school for the performing arts. They're going to have individual classes in, let's say, instruments and vocal and acting, and humbly I have to say, comedy. But not just comedy. I'm a comic, but I'm also a public speaker. But more important than being a comic and a public speaker, I'm a communicator. So when I'm going to have a course in comedy with God's help, I'm going to teach people that comedy leads to being a good public speaker, and a good public speaker leads to being a good communicator. And in these times, nothing is more valuable than being a very good communicator. Communicating your skills, communicating your assets, communicating your negatives and your benefits and what you could bring and what you can't bring. People want to give you opportunities. You have to be able to communicate what you could deliver. Okay? I want to thank Charlie again for giving me the opportunity to bring my message to you. And Charlie, God bless him, should continue his fine work over the years.
There you have it, folks. Thank you very much, Hurdle Towel, for being on the show today. I got a little bit of time off, and I know the audience loves having him on the show. We've heard it so many times during his past visits.
I didn't even give a joke, Charlie. Do I have time for one joke?
I do, please.
I just came back from Israel, and I did a tour of comedy. Of course, I had my grandson's bar mitzvah, but I did 3 different nightclubs in Israel, and it's an unbelievable situation with all the terrorism and all that. You can't believe what happened to me. It's a true story. By the way, all my stories are true. I'm in the King David Hotel, and would you believe it, with all the security that they have for terrorism, that a hooker approached me in the King David Hotel. I couldn't believe it, you know. She comes over me and she tells me, "Big boy, you want to have a good time?" I looked at her. I wear a yarmulke. Where did she come off, you know? But still, I had a little curiosity. I asked her, you know, I look around. I says, "What do you charge?" She says, $100. I said, "Man, I thought it was more like $10, you know." About an hour later, I'm walking down the lobby with my wife, and the hooker says, "That's what you get for $10. Thank you, and have a good day."
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. There you have it. We're done? Good. Holy cow.